I'm going to enlighten you about something that was discovered in Jamaica that a lot of people doesn't know about. So after about 8 years of search in Jamaica, they have discovered oil in Jamaica. And I would say this is very good for the economy in the future for Jamaica. That's only if it is handled correctly. It will definitely lower the price of gas at the pump, generate additional revenue, in the country, and also eliminate the overseas debts that Jamaica is in. And yeah, man, and hopefully they can fix the local roads and not just the toll roads for the citizens.
Jamaica, the message of life and death. So you better listen carefully. The Jamaican government has once again sold us all out, but this time it is our life they are playing with. They have signed contracts with foreign oil companies to start deep sea oil drilling off our coast.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Ruby Masaga. Today I want us to talk about how Jamaica might be sitting on a golden mine or a ticking time bomb. After nearly 8 years of searching, rumors now swirl that Jamaica may have finally struck oil. Some are calling it a miracle for the economy, others a disaster waiting to happen, depending on who you ask. This discovery could either liberate Jamaica from foreign debt and high fuel cost, or trigger earthquakes, tsunami, and irreversible damage to the nation's environment, economy, and of course, sovereignty. This is more than just oil. It's about ownership, safety, truth, and survival. Well, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are diving deep into the explosive controversy surrounding the offshore oil exploration in Jamaica, the politics, the people, the potential profits, and the very real danger lurking beneath the surface. Now, let's begin with what we know. Reports began circulating online recently that oil had finally been discovered off Jamaica's southern coast after decades of drilling, searching, and speculation. To many, this sounded like, incredible news. One Jamaican YouTuber said it plainly: if handled right, this could be, very good for the economy in future. And they're not wrong. The potential benefits of oil exploration are enormous. Cheaper gas at the pump, more government revenue, the dream of paying off Jamaica's crushing foreign debt, infrastructure improvements, not just shiny, tall roads for tourists and investors, but real upgrades to local communities where roads crumble and, basic services still lag behind.
Does Jamaica have oil that we can mine or not? Because the United Oil Company confirmed that we had oil. Until days later, it was confirmed again that there's no oil. Okay, so what's up with that? But let me tell you, you see the US and England, those big countries, they are countries that they don't want to mine oil.
And guess what's underneath where they're going to be drilling? A tectonic time bomb. You see Pedro Bank? It sits right next to Enrique Plantain Garden Fault Zone. It's a major fault line that runs from Jamaica straight to Haiti. Yes, Enrique Plantain Garden Fault Zone. It's the same one that caused the 2010 earthquake in Haiti that unalived over 200,000 people. No Fui government has sold us out to foreign company and gave them the go-ahead to start drilling into it. Deep sea drilling is not just about poking a hole in a Jamaica. It shakes the seabed. It builds pressure. It causes subsea fractures. And when those fractures snap near a fault line, it triggers a massive earthquake. And with that earthquake, that massive earthquake, comes a tsunami. We're talking about places that's going to be underwater, wiped off the planet, covered in Jamaica like Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Portmore, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Thomas. Una listening to me? You are on the coast. You will be the first set of people to drown.
From the year start, a 5 or 6 earthquake come already. You understand? And we know why that are going right now. It's because Uno did a drill to find the isle. Uno did a drill to find the isle. And that's why so much earthquake come on Jamaica in this year. Because Uno did a drill to find the isle. And that's why so much earthquake come. But listen what me I say. Furthermore, we don't know if we can drill out Jamaica because members say Jamaica don't come like the rest of the country them we have oil. Because the rest of the country them each and per other country on big piece of lands. Jamaica surrounded by the Caribbean Sea. You understand? So me no want to go drill out Jamaica and make water come up through it and come sing Jamaica or come sing piece of Jamaica. Because we don't know say Jamaica we all sink. Like our Port Royal sink off another piece of Jamaica we sink off.
Report began circulating online recently that oil had finally been discovered off Jamaica's southern coast after decades of drilling, searching, and speculation. To many, this sounded like, incredible news. One Jamaican YouTuber said it plainly: if handled right, this could be, very good for the economy in future. And they are not wrong. The potential benefits of oil exploration are enormous. Cheaper gas at the pump, more government revenue, the dream of paying off Jamaica's crushing foreign debt, infrastructure improvements, not just shiny tall roads for tourists and investors, but real upgrades to local communities where roads crumble and basic services still lag behind. If you are an everyday Jamaican, tired of living in a system where progress feels like a distant promise, the idea of oil finally giving the country leverage and money, that sounds like, a game changer. But not everyone is celebrating because just as fast as the rumors spread, contradictory reports emerged. One foreign drilling company at first confirmed there was oil. Then days later, they walked it back. No oil after all. Or was there? Anyway, suddenly what started as national excitement morphed into confusion, skepticism, and even, paranoia. People began asking uncomfortable questions. Who owns the oil? Who's really drilling it? Why is it being, kept so quiet? And what are we, being told about the environment risks? And here's where the conversation gets deeper and darker. Because according to other sources, this isn't just a case of optimism. It's something far more, disturbing. They allege that the Jamaican government has already signed deals quietly and without public knowledge with foreign companies, including Chinese and Canadian, corporations to take control of the oil exploration process. And here's the kicker. Under these private contracts, Jamaicans may not even own the oil beneath their land and sea. Instead of creating the national wealth, the fear is this: foreign corporations will extract billions in profit while Jamaicans are left with pollution, displacement, earthquakes, and empty promises. One person called it a betrayal, a sellout, masked as development. So today's question isn't just did Jamaica find oil? It's who benefits if they did. What are the risks? And most importantly, what happens next if we aren't prepared? So whether or not there is oil beneath Jamaica, the bigger question is, it remains, who's really in charge of Jamaica's future? Now, let's take a moment to ask the unfiltered question: what's the true cost of oil? Because what's unfolding in Jamaica right now isn't just about potential wealth. It's about risk, sovereignty, environmental justice, and survival. Let's break it down. Best case scenario: Jamaica strikes oil, builds a national oil reserve, reduces fuel prices, pays off debt, improves infrastructure, and provides jobs for its people, not just executive or foreign workers, but actual Jamaican citizens. But that's the dream. Now, let's confront the reality many fear is already unfolding. Foreign companies, including those from China and Canada, already hold contracts for exploration. This was signed in private with little public input, and apparently without full disclosure of what happens if disaster strikes. These companies stand to make billions of oil, if oil is found. But what does Jamaica get? A cut, a promise, or a clean up bill if things go wrong? Remember, oil drilling isn't a guarantee of success. Even if oil exists, extracting it safely without environmental damage or seismic disturbance is difficult and expensive. And if drilling goes wrong near a fault line, the damage will not be boardrooms in London or Beijing. The damage will be felt by families in Clarendon and entire coastal communities who won't have 15 minutes to escape a tsunami if it's triggered offshore. This isn't speculation. This is geological fact. And there is the ecological angle. Jamaica's fishing industry, its marine life, its coral reefs, all of it is at risk. Once polluted, you can't undo an oil spill. You can't regrow bleached coral. You can't save a tourism industry that sells paradise if the sea turns black. And there's the sickest irony. The profits from that oil might not even stay in Jamaica. The same voices warning about environmental collapse are also warning that this entire operation is a front for foreign control. They say Jamaica is being positioned for resources extraction and post-disaster redevelopment, not for Jamaicans, but for international investors. The term they use is smart cities. The idea is that if a disaster occurs, an earthquake, tsunami, or volcano eruption, foreign companies will sweep in to rebuild using private money, private land deals, and foreign labor, not to help, but to own. They'll build new cities, rezone disaster areas, push out disabled Jamaicans, and sell their land, homes, and businesses to the highest international bidder. The poor felt with nothing. The poor left with nothing. The land, no home, no voice, no compensation. That's not development. That's economic erasure. Now, let me be clear. Jamaica has the right to develop its resources. It has the right to explore oil, to enrich its people, to become debt-free and self-sustaining, but not like this. Not in secret, not without safety studies, not while gambling with fault lines, and not while foreign powers stand to gain more than Jamaicans ever could. Jamaica doesn't need another colonial script, one where the land is rich, the people are poor, and the outsiders hold the pen. It needs transparency. It needs public safety, accountability. It needs national ownership of its resources, and above all, it needs an informed public ready to ask hard questions and demand real answers. So to everyone watching this, wherever you are in the diaspora or back at home on the island, this isn't just a news story. It's a warning, it's a test, and it's a call to protest Jamaica's land, sea, and sovereignty before it's too late. Let's not let foreign companies mine Jamaica's oil and bury its future. Let's do better for the land, for the people, for the generations still to come. Now, guys, if you found this video informative, emotional, or eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as well. Let me know what you believe. Well, until next time, guys, stay alert, stay informed, and stay loud. Bye.